Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Rob, and if this is your first time here, I am honestly so glad you found us. If you have been around before and joined us for previous videos, welcome back. It is truly always great to see your familiar faces. Today I want to walk you through something I have been using absolutely non-stop lately for turning long-form videos into short, shareable clips. Vizard. Now, you might have definitely heard of other competitors like Opus Clip, as they certainly do a lot for the space, but I want to show you exactly how Vizard functions. I want to explain why I personally reach for it for almost all of my current projects, and exactly how I set things up so you can replicate my specific process. Alright, so let me set this up and show you exactly what happens when you drop a massive long-form video file into the Vizard dashboard. You have the flexibility to either upload a file directly from your local hard drive or simply paste a YouTube link, as it is effectively the same deal. As soon as the file is ingested, Vizard provides a quick preview and prompts you to decide what you want to do next in the workflow. That little specific moment of choice is really where the magic starts to happen for your editing project. The very first thing I do is resist the urge to hit the big Make Clips button immediately, because I like to tweak my options first. I prefer to adjust my settings before processing so the AI does exactly what I actually want for the final output. So we will take a quick, comprehensive tour of the interface together so you can see how everything is laid out. Top right, you will see a handy indicator for processing time or estimated credit usage, which is crucial if your specific plan uses minutes. That feature is incredibly useful so you do not accidentally process a full 90-minute podcast when you only really need the first 20 minutes. Vizard's UI is super clean these days, as they have been iterating on it constantly, and it feels really friendly for everyday use. It genuinely feels like they really thought about creators who just want to get their work done quickly without any hassle. Moving on to the next section, we need to talk about the captions and the visual templates available in the settings. Vizard provides caption presets so you can easily customize how your subtitles look: single line, multi-line, bold timestamps, or different font sizes. I personally usually pick a clean single line preset for YouTube Shorts so my viewers can read them fast while watching vertically. However, if you are doing Reels or Instagram feed posts, the multi-line option can often look much nicer and more substantial. There are also automatic templates for intros and titles that you can enable, which is handy if you want a consistent brand intro. One option I absolutely love is the only add captions without clipping feature found in the settings menu. That is specifically for when you want to simply caption a segment of a long episode like the first 15 minutes without creating short clips. Vizard lets you set a time window up to a fixed maximum, move the start and end sliders, and then it captions that whole chunk perfectly. It is super helpful when you want accurate, clean subtitles for the whole interview portion before you even start slicing up highlights. But let's be honest, most of the time I want clips, and Vizard's auto-editing capability is exactly what makes the platform worth using. You pick the specific genre or topic category, such as marketing, interviews, tutorials, or news, to help the AI prioritize the best moments. That categorization helps the AI identify high-quality hooks and powerful moments that actually resonate with your specific audience. Then you choose how much of the file to process, whether it is the whole episode, the first 20 minutes, or a specific custom trim. Trimming is key because it saves you processing time and credits while keeping the AI focused strictly on the parts you care about. Next, let's talk about the length preferences, because Vizard lets you define your own target clip lengths for the output. You can pick target lengths like under 30 seconds, 30 to 60 seconds, or even longer clips for more in-depth content. I personally like the 30 to 60 second range for most platforms because it is short enough to be snackable but long enough to keep context. You can also let it include shorter micro clips if you are looking for those quick, punchy, viral one-liners. There is also an optional keyword filter which I use when I am trying to create a specifically themed batch of posts. If you only want clips that mention specific topics like the creator economy or monetization, Vizard will bias the selection toward those moments. Once I have set everything, captions, templates, genre, processing window, clip length, and keywords, I just hit the Create Clips button. Then Vizard does its thing, and it will give you an estimated processing time for the entire batch of clips. For a 40-minute interview, it usually takes a few minutes, although it can sometimes take longer depending on server load. During this time, the software is busy transcribing, scanning for high-energy moments, and evaluating overall hook strength. It is also meticulously chopping the main timeline into smaller, bite-sized candidate clips for you to review later. When it is finished, you get a clean grid of clips, and this is the part that honestly always makes me smile. You get a whole set of potential shorts ready to review, which saves you hours of manual scrubbing. Vizard usually spits out 20 to 30 candidate clips from a 35-minute conversation, which is a fantastic starting point. You can filter them by length right away, so you can see only the clips under 30 seconds or the 30 to 60 range if you prefer. Each clip comes with a few useful indicators, starting with a virality score that helps you predict how it might perform. It is a heuristic Vizard calculates to estimate the likelihood that a clip will succeed on platforms like Shorts, TikTok, or Reels. Now, it is not gospel and you should not treat it like a prophecy, but it is definitely a solid guide for your workflow. More importantly, Vizard breaks down the clip into grades based on hook, flow, engagement, and trend relevance. So, you can quickly see whether the AI thinks a clip has a strong hook, whether it flows well out of context, and if it is engaging. This kind of data is huge for fast editing, especially when you are trying to scale your content output across channels. Clips with high hook and engagement grades are the ones I prioritize first, as those are the moments that will stop someone mid-scroll. If the trend score is low but everything else is solid, sometimes I will just tweak the caption or overlay a trending sound when I post. Likewise, if the flow grade is low, I might just add a quick text callout to provide some needed context so the clip lands properly. Now, competitors like Opus Clip do similar things, and they are great at quick conversions, but I find some of their models a bit limiting. Sometimes their pricing models, which are often tied to credits that add up fast, can be a major hurdle for creators on a budget. Other times, it is the lack of built-in publishing tools that makes you export everything and manage your posting separately. Vizard feels like it was built for creators who want an end-to-end workflow. Edit, grade, schedule, and publish all in one place. That is exactly where Vizard's auto-schedule and content calendar features really start to earn their keep. Once you have picked and tweaked your clips, you can set a consistent posting cadence, like daily or twice a week. Vizard will auto-schedule the clips across your connected platforms, which is a massive time saver for any serious creator. You just tell it the frequency, and it lays out a full calendar for your content strategy. Want to push a clip to Shorts, post a trimmed version to TikTok, and schedule an IG teaser? It is all doable in the same place. That saves me hours every week and removes the friction of having to manually upload and time my posts across apps. The content calendar view is simple and powerful, allowing you to drag clips around, reschedule them, and change captions easily. If a clip's virality score drops, or you simply want to prioritize another one, you can swap them with a quick drag and drop. It is a small thing that becomes huge once you are managing multiple shows or channels for your brand. After scheduling, you can still make edits, tweak captions, adjust on-screen text, or change your thumbnail frames. Vizard keeps a full history of your edits, so you never have to worry about losing previous versions while you experiment. When you are ready, you can download the final files or just let Vizard publish them automatically if you have connected your accounts. Real talk, no tool is perfect, and I have to be honest with you about that. The virality score is not a guarantee, and AI sometimes misses the subtle nuance in a conversation. It might not always pick the exact anecdote you think is the most clickable, and transcriptions sometimes need a quick pass for names. That is why I always review the top picks and do small manual edits to get everything just right. But the time Vizard saves you on the heavy lifting, finding clips, scoring them, and batching, is honestly enormous. You can take what used to be an all-day editing session and turn it into 30 to 60 minutes of review and polish. So here is a quick recap of how I work. Upload the link, pick captions, set the processing window so I don't burn credits, choose the clip length and keyword filters, hit create, and let Vizard return a batch of clips with virality and grading indicators. I skim and prioritize the high-scoring ones, make tiny edits to captions, drop them into the calendar, and let auto-schedule handle the rest. It really is just a simple matter of publish, rinse, and repeat for your channel growth. If you have questions about specific settings like how to set up multi-line captions, drop them in the comments below. I will make follow-up videos showing my exact tweaks, how I edit my captions, and which template combos I use for different platforms. In future videos, I will compare Vizard and other options side by side so you can clearly see the trade-offs regarding speed and cost. For now, if you are making long-form content and want a way to reliably turn it into a steady stream of clips, this is one of the smoothest pipelines. Alright, that is it for today. I am going to take these clips, do a little polish, and get them scheduled. If you enjoyed this walkthrough or found it useful, leave a comment and tell me what platform you want me to focus on next. Maybe you want to hear more about TikTok hooks, shorts formatting, or Instagram strategies, so just let me know. I will see you in the next one, so take care.